Okie Tamexistiko. It is December 3rd, 2015. In the waning second winter moon of Itochkanako I am out here at Ssopiikimi, which is totally frozen over. It's a relatively warm day. I say relative because it's warm for Ryan's world. It's probably 3 degrees above zero, but I'm in shorts and sandals because I'm pretty comfortable out here at this temperature. But if it was a little bit colder, I wouldn't be. It's just kind of right on the edge for me. So I'm going to be keeping moving today as I go around, look at what's shaking here at the pond, what's new. First thing I noticed coming in here is this anthill, Thatcher ants, that's been just totally devastated by a flicker. Now I'm calling it as a flicker just because I know this sign. I've seen it before. And one of the things I wanted to look for here is this. Oh. See that there? That is a flicker turd. And they have a very distinct look to them, and I'm going to ask that you guys watching put this in memory, how these flicker turds look, because later on as I'm toward the end of my walk here, I'm going to show you another area where the flickers have been doing something very interesting, and yeah, we're gonna look at that. And the only way I know that they're doing that is because of this sign, the flicker turds. There's another right there, eh? See that? That's the flicker. He's been here. He's digging, taking something from the ants. Maybe the ants themselves, maybe larvae, I don't know. But this is recent. I didn't notice this last week. Alright, couple of notes to make here mid-pond. Out here in front of the beaver lodge, there is a pool of open water still. Even this late, where the moon is waning, it's almost, in fact, within a week we'll be going into a new moon. So it's pretty late to have open water for the beavers, pretty late in the season, but lucky them this year, I guess. Beavers may be benefiting a bit from global warming. The other thing is my game cam down here. Gonna go check my game cam. Actually, I'm gonna take it down. I had it left for a week or so, and basically last week I had followed some tracks down here, and I wasn't sure whether they were raccoon or skunk. And so here's my camera right up here on this log. So I'm going to go take it down, and then we'll see if the mystery animal came by again. And if so, I'll put it on this film. And even if not, somebody came by, I'm sure. So I'll put whoever did on here. pretty quiet so far at the pond today. But if I'm not mistaken, somewhere out here on the wide south pool, I just heard a killdeer. Ssopiikimi. I'd like to get confirmation of that. I'd like to hear it again or even see it. Oh, there's a flicker. That's the guy who's been digging in the anthill. Mi kaneki soi. Famed in Blackfoot for their ability to dodge from one side of the tree to the other rapidly, like most of the woodpeckers. So warriors would tie a flicker on their head going to battle so they can maybe dodge those arrows. Yeah, pretty sure I heard a killdeer, but I need confirmation. Just over here by the high level bridge, taking a look at the river. It is around the bridge and just upstream from the bridge, fairly iced over, but not with a very thick ice. Maybe a coyote could pick his way across here, but I sure wouldn't try. Most of the river is wide open downstream here, and actually there's a couple of some mallard couple out here by this little island picking around. Meeksikatsiks, the mallards, checking things out. I was out here on the other side of the river this morning. I took a run along the other side, and there was thousands and thousands of geese. They come here at night all along the edge of the ice, just along the edge where it meets the water. They park there for the night. Thousands, both here and in the open sections upstream. Lots and lots and lots of geese. They're all off on the stubble fields now. But yeah, this is definitely their night roost. Still have not seen any golden eyes, which is noteworthy. Usually as the river kind of closes up here, start seeing some golden eyes. Definitely as we transition into the next moon, because I always get some on the winter count, on the Christmas bird count for Lethbridge. I cover this area all the way up to Whoop-Up Drive, and I always get lots of golden eyes along with lots of geese and other birds. I did see the kingfisher. Male kingfisher was still here about a week ago. That's the one that would really be good to get for the bird count when that comes around. But we'll see. He just tends to make the appearance when he feels like it. But he's definitely sticking around all winter. Yeah, no golden eyes yet though, and really no bald eagles. I should start seeing them cruising the river too. Of course, you know, when the geese aren't here, there's no reason for the bald eagles to be here. They kind of hunt the geese and the ducks, but still I haven't seen one yet for this winter, and we will start seeing a plenty when they roll in. Flicker again. edge of the owl wood and the wide south pool. You can see that the spring is still open here, but very, very shallow. Much more shallow than in previous years. Just walking the Red Shale Trail here, levee, overlooking the river on this side and the forest main on this side. And the guy I was looking for, wanted to see today, is right up here in this tree. Spot him from a good distance away, and you can see where he's been over here recently. See the chewed limbs there, bark chewed off the limbs there, and then over here. Now his latest little bit, he's up on that tree. Gates cup, porcupine. Porcupine. It's been around for at least 3 weeks. I just heard a crow in the distance. But yeah, I've been kind of keeping track of this little guy. Where he goes. He doesn't go far each week, but he's always moving around a little bit. And sticking mostly to the treetops. Yeah, the gates, they always remind me of like a terrestrial beaver. Oh, now I got confusion going on. Because look over here. Right there. Porcupine number 2. Porcupine number 2. So there are 2 porcupines now. Both very similar size. Right around each other. This guy right here. That guy. Right up in there. So we got porcupine friendship going on here. It's nice to see them. We used to have a friendly porcupine here called Peekaboo. My wife named him Peekaboo because he'd go behind the trunk of a tree and he'd peek out at us. So she named him Peekaboo, and then Peekaboo married the blonde. And they had a bunch of cute little pups. And then they moved off and we didn't see porcupines around for a while. And now, obviously there's a porcupine return. And holy moly, you're not going to believe this, but without having cut the shot at all, I'm coming across a 3rd porcupine. Right here. Right up in there. And that's actually where the last, where Carol, my student, and I saw him, saw a porcupine on Sunday. Was right in here on this tree. So this could be the one we've been watching. The other 2 could be new arrivals, or who knows. Who really knows? I'm unable to usually with the porcupines I go by a little bit of difference in color and a little bit of difference in size, but actually these 3 that I'm seeing here look relatively the same size and don't have any really distinct color changes. And who knows, these could be the grown pups of Peekaboo and the blonde, for all I know. But in any case, that's a lot of porcupines for Ssopiikimi. Okay, so we are now here by the North Wood, by the Highway 3 crossing. And this is what I was hoping to show at the beginning. Remember I told you about the flickers? Well, look at this bank. This bank is just absolutely pockmarked along the sides of the trail with holes. Both sides of the trail. This, and then over here the same way. Completely pockmarked with holes. And when you take a close look, here's one. You can see there's the telltale sign again. Flicker turd. It's actually my student Carol who pointed out the turds. We had come across this scene a couple of weeks ago. Look, there's some more. They've done some more excavation since. But yeah, we came across it, and Carol said, you know, what's going on here? And I told her, well, that looks like Flicker have been digging, because that's, you know, immediately what I compared it with was you know, things I'd seen in the past, and the only kind of digging that I'd seen here, you know, really was the skunks and badgers that dig out the yellow jacket nests, and the flickers who dig the anthills. To me, it looked like flicker work, and so that's what I suggested. And sure enough, as we saw with the anthill, those are flicker turds, 100%. Telltale flicker turds, and so it is the flickers digging there, and I'd like to know what they're digging. So right now, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go over to my Jeep, grab a crowbar, come back here, and dig around a little bit, see if I can't find whatever it is that the flickers are so interested in there. So I've trenched in a fairly good sized area along the route of the holes where the flickers have been digging, and I'm not finding anything that I would associate as flicker food. The soil here is kind of a mixture of clay and some of the coal slag, with a lot of grass root mixed in. So yeah, I'm totally stumped as to what it is that they're after here. Well, ultimately, I dug 2 different trenches where the flickers were doing their thing, and neither one turned up anything that made any sense to me as to why the flickers would be digging there. I was looking for insects. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong thing. You know, maybe they were after something else in there. But yeah, it just doesn't, it's just not making any sense to me. It's just, you know, I think that one's going to remain a mystery for now. If I see it happen in another area, I'll try digging again, but I don't want to mess up the area over there too badly. So those 2 little trenches are, I think, enough. But yeah, sometimes Ssopiikimi kind of hangs on to the mysteries. Every once in a while, I learn something. Well, often I learn things, but there's often equally as many, if not more, mysteries that remain unresolved for me. You know, what was it that the flickers were digging there? Why are there suddenly 3 porcupines here? What brought them out all of a sudden? You know, to this place. It's it's just part of the beauty, I think, to have these mysteries out here, and it gives you something to work on. It gives you something to think about. You know, maybe 10 more years spending time out here, I'll sort out a few more things.